We were staying with my grandma, and in the middle of the storm, water started coming in the house.
To hear him say he had run out of water, he didn't have food, I had two choices: fall into despair or mobilize and go into action.
Well, after the reporters leave the island, we need to continue to shed light on the conditions in Puerto Rico.
With over 500,000 Puerto Ricanos living in Massachusetts and Connecticut, many with families and friends still on the island, diverse groups in our region have come together to provide disaster relief. Waleska Lugo-Dejesus, organizer for Western Mass United for Puerto Rico, and Ana Valentin from the Hartford Puerto Rican Parade Committee reflect on their personal experiences and tell us about some local efforts and how you can help.
Western Mass United for Puerto Rico was an organic growth of community organizers, political leaders, nonprofits, businesses that were coming together in love. You know, if I could share my personal story, we all knew that there was a call to action to help Puerto Rico and to help our isla and our brothers and sisters. And on a personal level, I had not heard from my father in over a week. And finally, when I heard from him, to hear him say that, you know, he had run out of water, that he didn't have food, I felt a sense of desperation. And I knew that I had two choices. One was just fall into despair, or two, mobilize and go into action. And so the Western Mass United for Puerto Rico Coalition is a group of just that, over 80 people from the community wearing all sorts of hats, coming together to try to help our isla.
And in your case, Anna, what are they doing in Connecticut?
In Connecticut, the Hartford Puerto Rican Parade has joined forces with other organizations and the school systems locally to react and help where we need it. For example, the minute Maria hit Puerto Rico, we activated our networks and started working together to think of ways to help the communities both here and in Puerto Rico. And it was an overwhelming, just like you, an overwhelming support of help from volunteers and people from every walk of life, not just the Puerto Rican community, but everybody, brothers and sisters in arms, just helping each other out. And we collected donations that went to Puerto Rico last week, 2.5 trailers filled with water, first aid supplies, diapers for babies, wipes, food, clothes, everything you can think of, because Puerto Rico is in a very, very bad situation right now. It was already in a bad situation, but this really doesn't help the fact that now it's going to get even more serious. So we collaborated with Daddy Yankee at the concert that he held in Foxwoods in Connecticut a week ago Saturday. And it was just amazing that people showed up, even from here, from Massachusetts. They took the 1.5 2-hour drive to drop donations off to us. We worked hard, but it was all worth it. So now we're also working with other organizations, and we're called the Puerto Rican Hurricane Relief Network. And we're working with the Connecticut Puerto Rican Agenda, the San Juan Center out of Hartford, the Center for Latino Progress. We're working with the other organizers, parade and festival organizers in the state, so that we can raise money, because right now donations is what's really needed. And in cash and donations of checks, we collected just about $17,000 just in the one day. So we're not counting what's coming in through the online and through the cell phone systems.
And how the community help?
Yes, so we took this in different phases. We knew that Hurricane Maria was a natural disaster, but it became a humanitarian crisis. And so we had to seek to the experts. So the city of Springfield, Mayor Sarno's office, Mayor Morrison Holyoke, Mayor Sullivan in Westfield, we went straight to the city leaders, and we knew that immediately people wanted to give. That was the first stage. And so even though the coalition was meeting to just try to capture information and strategize, how can we help, the city was trying to identify some sites that we could collect because people wanted to give. Then as we had more communication directly with Puerto Rico and with legislators, congressmen and senators, we realized that although the donations were greatly appreciated and came from people's heart, the infrastructure of Puerto Rico was very severely compromised, and things are really hard to get to. So the roads, the bridges are down. There's trees in the middle of the roads that the donations just could not get physically to the people. So we switched and we said, okay, so we will collect for another week. The beginning of Western Mass United for Puerto Rico, I have to acknowledge, started when Hurricane Irma hit. And there was a mobilization from Nueva Esperanza with City Councilman Nelson Roman in Holyoke that started to collect donations from for Irma relief efforts. And then that morphed into this dire need for Hurricane Maria because Irma's impact wasn't as bad. So I lived through 4 hurricanes in Puerto Rico, and I know what it is to wash clothes in a river. I know what it is to decide if the water that you have left you're going to use to do the dishes or to boil so that you can drink later. I know what it is to go a couple of days without bathing, and I know what it is to be hungry. So for us, it was just the humanitarian crisis is tragic. And the coalition came together, and although we think we're going to do something today and something else tomorrow, everything changes, as you just said, by the hour. I do want to share that we were able to collaborate with Homeland Security and Spirit Airlines, and we sent 200 boxes of all of the donations that came from Western Massachusetts directly to Puerto Rico. And we're making efforts with United for Puerto Rico and the First Lady of Puerto Rico so that we make sure that our donations, Western Mass donations, are getting to the people in Puerto Rico.
With the Connecticut Governor's Office and as well as the local school districts, we're getting ready to receive and welcome families who will probably flee from the island. Mm-hmm. So we're going to the table, sitting at the table and talking to community agencies in the school systems to make sure that as families start coming in, everybody has what they need to just get themselves started here. Many of these families have never left the island, so it will be probably a cultural shock for them. So we need to have every service available. So if there are people who have the means or who have the access to those resources who want to get involved, they can definitely reach out to us and say, hey, I have a service, or I'm just one person. Maybe my church can help. Maybe my fraternity, my school, my college can help the families get settled here. So yeah, there's definitely ways to help on this side once families start coming in.
My heart breaks because people call us on a daily basis. They send messages, desperate messages. My baby drinks this specific milk and I can't get to them. My family is about to go hungry tomorrow. I can't get out of my house because there's a pole in front of my portón. And we want to help. And so because people in the island are so desperate, we have already begun to see an influx of families arriving to Springfield and to Holyoke specifically because of the large population of Puerto Ricans that we have in this area. And so I feel extremely proud to be a part of a community that I see the leadership in the community coming together, and there's talk of creating welcome centers in each of these cities so it becomes a one-stop shop so that when families come here, most of them probably lost all of their birth certificates and their papers is probably underwater, and or they couldn't get to them in trying to escape the hurricane. So the community is, and the city of Springfield, I know, is being very thoughtful in waiving fees so that people can get their birth certificates. The superintendent, Warwick office, and Assistant Superintendent Lydia Martinez just yesterday put out some notifications of what families can do when they arrive. I know Holyoke is looking at where people can do for housing and families. So in the meantime, I just urge the community to be thoughtful, to be generous, that if you see a family that is arriving with nothing, that you begin to call your friends and you begin to call your networks and that you help them out.